Hello, good morning, you guys. How's everybody doing? I'm gonna let y'all start getting the notifications and all of that good stuff. I want to talk about some stuff today. I got my watermelon candles lit up in every room and they smell so freaking good. Oh my god. Oh, I need to put on my diffusers with my watermelon scent coming out of them. Is everybody asleep? I was supposed to come on last night, and but Hilda came on last night, which is good. But I was tired, and I figured he would come on last night. I went on to, hey Tyranny, good morning. Hey Rob, how are you? When everybody come in, I'm gonna play something. Somebody gave me something to play. I'm gonna play a little bit of it. Damn it, I have to take it out. Wait for more of you all to come in. Hey, it's Bama 101. People in Alabama got theirs or something. Maybe they should just give them the food stamps this month if it's going to be a government shutdown next month or something. Hey, Rachel, Memphis 10. Nah, I'm at Courtside Grill eating downtown. Okay. I hear you. Hey, Christian. Did I speak to everybody? Let's see, y'all. I very rarely check my emails. So hold on, y'all. It is crazy out here. I hate that it's happening around the holidays strictly because of the elderly and the children. Okay, even though they try to get they do this for the able, they feel like okay, well, I think it's aimed at trying to make people work. There are some elderly people that cannot work, and the children of the people that they feel like is smooching off of the welfare and the food stamps or whatever, the kids are affected. The kids are in the households, and I definitely have. It is very nice outside. I could feel it. I could feel it. It is so nice outside. I'll probably go like. That's what I was gonna say. I'll probably go take a walk or something later. I'll probably go take a walk later. I'm trying to think of where Courtside Grill is. I've seen it downtown. I have. I've seen Courtside. Oh, I know exactly where it is. It's on 3rd Street. That's where it is. It's on 3rd Street, if I'm not mistaken. Courtside Grill. And I'm gonna tell you, one day I was coming down there, and I told y'all it was a whole lot. That was that restaurant. It was a whole lot of kids like just screaming, a whole lot of little white kids. And I saw like some guys, a whole lot of guys around this real tall guy. They was walking from the FedEx Forum over across the street to that courtside. And I was like, I know that's got to be an NBA player because that's kind of where the NBA players hang out at. It's directly across the street from the FedEx Forum. Well, it's because it's got an outside though where you can sit outside. If I'm thinking about the right place, isn't it directly across the street? Cypress says, "Oh, Penny owns it. I didn't know that. I didn't know Penny owned that. Oh wow! Shout out to Penny Hardaway. Oh wow! I'd be so proud of a lot of the men that come from out of Memphis. They just be doing their thing, like Penny Hardaway. Who else? Like the music guys, like even with the rappers that are not where they want to be and they have that talent. I'd be proud of them when they have a persevere, when they pushing. Um, People like Key Glock, Finesse Two Times, Moneybag, Young Dolph, um, those that you see pushing hard, like Kenny Money. Who else? Like the producers, like DJ Squeaky and Drama Boy, and all of these dudes, those that have contributed to the history of the music sound, like Mr. N and Cypress. You already know. I listen. Yes, Yo Gotti is talented, okay, but Yo Gotti also contributed with his jealous spirit to the murder and the mayhem that has taken place since 2001. So I can't give him his props. Okay, I would have been proud of Yo Gotti because I had always been proud of him, but because of that jealous demon that he had on him, and hey, that greed, whatever it was that was going through his head, I can't respect him like that. So I can't give him no props. Is Yo Gotti a talented rapper? He is, but I don't have any respect for him. So that trumps the talent that he has. Okay. See, I ain't no hater. When somebody is talented, because I always say Finesse Two Times is talented. Finesse Two Times has his own sound, but he just a damn fool. So people look at that, but see, I'm a different type of person. Because when I call a person out, I understand that it ain't necessarily got nothing to do with hating. Hating is saying that somebody deserved to die because somebody else got their feelings hurt. That's hating. No, that's evilness. That's hate and evilness to me. But to say, listen, that what that dude did was effed up. Yeah, he talented, but what he did was effed up. I like to hold people responsible for what they do, and I like for people to hold me responsible when it's legitimate. Cause see, folks be wanting to. I know it's like what people do with me. They'll say something like, "Well, you got a character flaw." Okay, what's my character flaw? Well, you had said it like this, and you had said that. No, that's just your opinion of me. You don't really. Okay, so that's your opinion of me. So you don't like me, and that's your motherfucking problem. Okay, that's your problem. Because I think that I'm one of the realest people that you'll ever like run into. I'm easy to talk to. I don't tell people secrets. I don't. And then here's the thing: I don't even be wanting to know folks' secrets. Okay, not unless if they listen. I've had people to tell me so much. So I'm getting started. I've had people to tell me so much stuff that I've fallen out with, and it's been some people that was hurt in their childhood and all of that. And when I get mad at them, I don't throw up. Yeah, that's the reason why your motherfucking uncle did this. Yeah, I used to have a friend. I used to tell her, don't tell these men, because men are real bad, especially a twisted kind of man. Okay, when they sissified, I said, stop telling these men about what you went through with what your sister's husband did to you. Okay. As soon as they was break up, yeah, that's the reason why when you was a little girl, you was fucking your sister's husband. I said, see, I told you it's some things that you can't even tell people. But sometimes women be wanting to confide in these men about their trauma and their childhood, and they have not earned that. You know what I mean? They don't deserve to know that, because that's the worst thing that could happen to a child. It take a special kind of sissy, though, to throw back up in your face. You are 8, 9-year-old girl and your sister's husband rape or molest you. It take a twisted kind of sissy to say, yeah, you was fucking your sister's husband. That's the reason why I tell people when we get to talking now, I have fun on here talking about my kids' daddy sometimes, because I know they be in the chat. I kind of be messing with them. But when I don't do a lot of dating now, but especially when I was younger, what happened between you and your baby daddies? It wasn't meant to be. Well, what had happened? It wasn't meant to be. I don't want to get into talking about that. Hell, you trying to pick me so you could see what you could do. Or okay, she let him get away with this here, but they didn't get away with nothing. Okay, because I quit them. I quit them every week. My youngest daughter dad said, I started counting the times that you quit me. Listen, I remember when I was dating this rapper from out of Memphis. Y'all know who he is. I ain't gonna say his name. Hold on, y'all. And he was getting ready to come over to my house to wash my car. I used to have it bad about that because I was so emotional. I just want to break up. He said, remember that time I got ready to come over to your house and wash your car? You quit me before I got there. It was taking them too long. And I said, I called him. I was like, it's just best if we don't be together no more because I'm tired of you doing this, and that. He was like, I was on my way. Remember, you quit me before I got there. He said, I was about to turn into the driveway. Oh my goodness. I don't say his name no more. I don't want to embarrass him. Um, but anyway, y'all. I said that to say this. I guess we should talk about that as far as like and he contributes to the Memphis history, so he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. As far as the history of rap. So I'm not a hater. I be wanting to give people their props, but when they do some messed up stuff, I don't know how to forgive that, especially when it's some stuff that happened that didn't have to happen. And to me, putting money on a person's life, to me, that's like one of the like that's twisted on a whole nother level. Like to me, that's worse than a Jeffrey Dahmer. You mean to tell me you willing to take money, you're willing to go ruin somebody's life by taking them from their kids and all of that just so you can gain by getting some money? That's a Jeffrey Dahmer type. That's worse than a Jeffrey Dahmer type situation. So I don't respect folks like that. That when they can't control their emotions and all of that. But I was getting back to what I was saying. Y'all know we normally. Well, I was getting back to what I was saying. I was just thinking about something about how people have like messed up, like what's the word that I'm looking for? The way I guess people think is kind of messed up. You know, if they don't like something about you, if I don't like something about somebody, hey, because I know we all have flaws. I may not agree with that, but I know how to stay away from that. Okay, well I don't agree with that, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just I'm cool on that, right? But when you got messed up in our community, twisted that, yeah, because I'm trying to do this, I'm calling out, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna throw stuff up in the air, bitch, you a coward. Don't throw nothing up in the air if you want to say something to me. Okay, because that's what cowards do. I don't like being around people. Have you ever been around people like that? They get when they want to say something to you, they'll say it loud and throw it up in the air, but not directly saying it at you, and then say, yeah, I said this. No, bitch, you a coward. Why don't you say it to the person? Okay, so if you do confront them, I wasn't talking about you. Okay, I don't deal with cowards. Because if you got an issue with me, what you need to do, whatever issue, you ain't even got no business having no issues with me because I don't have issues with people. I do everything I can to avoid issues with people. I have a lot of other stuff going on. Okay. So a lot of times, because see, I ain't no snakish person, I'm not a coward. Okay. I'm not a snake because I'm not a coward. So if you think you got an issue with me, I mean, it's probably just an illusion. All you got to do, sometimes all you got to do is send me a message, Miss Tia, such and such, such and such. Listen, that's sensitive to me. And then I probably can explain some stuff to you because I care. I care about how people feel, especially if it's something that I may have done to offend them. I care about that, right? Maybe we could talk about it, and or maybe I could say, well, listen, hey, I hate you feel that way, but that's just my stance on that. But to be said, I don't like the way she talk on her podcast, bitch, fuck you. Okay. What you need to do is stay off my podcast. I don't really like judgmental people like that. Okay. Because if you're looking at this motherfucker so you can have something to judge me on, that means you ain't got no life. You ain't my kind, anyways. Okay. Okay. Anyways, y'all, I want to talk about. So I'm gonna say this, and I'm be through with it. Um, hey, what you have to do is you have to get to know people, because I'm gonna tell y'all something. And hey, I know it's probably a part of his character. I remember one time, we used to see Thaddeus Matthews, and I ain't nothing near him. Okay. And a lot of times people get me mixed up with the young lady that he used to date by name Tawana. Okay. But that's on the school board and all that now. But and she had a talk show too. Hey, Joy Loves God. Okay, but I remember I saw Thaddeus at um the post office. Okay. I saw him at the post office, and I remember one time when I was working for the sheriff's office, I went downtown. I went downstairs to the teller machine. He was standing there talking to one of the judges. Okay, and I was like, "Hello." I've always been shy, reserved, and quiet. That's how I am in real life. Okay, that's the reason why I shoot off when somebody think they know me based on my vlog. Okay. Hey, I give y'all my personality, and sometimes when you see the emotion, it's real. Okay. But I'm real quiet though. Okay. I guess I get on here and I fuss enough, and then I be real quiet off of here, right? But he got offended. He got offended because I walked past him. I was like, hello. And I heard him tell the judge, she got a talk show too. And she's standing there like she don't know me. And I mean, just talking about me. He was totally offended that I guess I went, hey, Thaddeus, how are you doing? This, and that. I've never been that type of person. Like I said, I've always been very shy and reserved. And so, anyways, when I left I got my money and stuff, and that he was still standing there. He was mad as hell. And I turned around and I said, Thaddeus Matthews, I acknowledge. I said, how are you doing? I said, do you know who I am? Yes, I know that you're Tamara. I said, well, it's really nice to meet you. Yeah, you standing there like you don't know me, but give me a hug. And gave me like a bear hug. I mean, I guess you stand there and talk about me to a judge that you was talking to because you feel like I didn't greet you like that. Okay. And I said that to say this because somebody else saw me out, and it's really weird because you know what I mean. I ain't no damn celebrity. That's the reason why I can't understand why people be wanting to mess with me. My life is so boring, right? And somebody was telling me, the person was like, well, they saw you and you act like you was paranoid. Well, I probably was. We all chat and stuff in here. Hey, we have fun and stuff in here, but I mean, being out, I don't know who nobody is. I mean, a lot of times when I'm out, I'm by myself with my peacemaker. Okay. What I've witnessed is there have been a lot of people, especially a lot of men on here, that try to violate. Okay. They feel like they have a right to know where you live, know your credit score, which is definitely a violation. They feel like that's the reason why I try and anything as it relates to breaking the law. Okay, because I don't think that is normal. Okay, I try and push it to the limit. When I say I play police games, I do, because you ain't got no business trying to do that. Why you want to know where I live? You ain't coming into my house. I'm not inviting you in. So you trying to intrude up on me like that? That is against the law. I gotta believe that you want to do something to me, and so I got to document that so I can knock your motherfucking ass down. Okay, and not be worried about going to jail. Only predators do stuff like that. Okay. But it ain't no offense. Like, if you have to understand, yes, I'm a woman. So when you say, well, I'm such and such, oh, okay. I mean, you say that's who you are. I've never seen you before, but okay. And then the type personality that I have for real, is that I'm shy and reserved. So I'm probably not gonna have a whole lot to say because that's how I am. So I can't understand why people take things so personally. I don't really understand it. I would think that folks would understand as a woman, especially if they've heard me talk about how folks like to violate. It's a lot of sick people. Okay. Listen, I've been working in the legal field, the law enforcement type situation forever. And so I know how people are. So I got a paranoid type spirit. Anyways, I can't understand why people take that stuff personally. I would think they would understand. Okay. But anyways, I digress. We're gonna move on. Okay. We're gonna move on. But child, we just gonna keep praying. I want to show y'all something, okay? Somebody shout out to Great Face. Great Face sent me this. I've been intending to play it forever. And then I'm gonna say this: I ain't the type that you can think you could say anything to and get away with it, because I'm gonna come back at you. Okay. And I don't like cowards who try to, you got something to say, but you want to throw it up in the motherfucking air. No, what you need to do is, you got a problem with me, you need to say it. I don't respect cowards, period. Okay. Okay, y'all, listen.
If it ain't one thing, it's motherfucking none. We tried together, then that my motherfucking brother. That's my dog. I pay her bills and buy designer, but I don't love her. She just play a part when it's time to smoke 'em. I pull up, pick up the bag and burn rubber. I got a sweet tooth, but I stay away from suckers. No boo in Malibu or my last supper. I fucked her in rush hour traffic, Chris Tucker had. Everybody screaming gang, gang, gang. If folk come and get you, you gon' tell on the whole gang. She said, can she fuck me with my diamond chain? If I ain't in the bank, then I'm on the plane. About to go get some money, or go spend some money. They stopped me in the airport, had too many binges on me. They don't want you to live, they don't want you to ball, Them pussy smile in your face, yeah, then they pray for you.
Shout out to Young Dog. Shout out to Young Dog. Hey, Great Face sent me that. I thought that was cool. They made 100 shots into like a country type song. Shout out to Great Face for that one. Okay. Anyways, you guys, the first thing I want to talk about is the food stamp shutdown. Now, a lot of people they're talking about the food stamp shutdown. Okay, they're talking about the shutdown, and a lot of people wondering, what's going to happen as it relates to the children and the elderly and all of that, and it's around the holidays. And I know that they are kind of more so affiliating and associating this with only affecting the Black community. But the thing of the matter is, the reason I don't think that the shutdown is going to be down that long is because it's not going to be that long. It's because it's a whole lot of other races that benefit from SNAP. Okay, probably more so other races. Definitely Caucasians. Okay, hey, they don't talk about it as much. I know they like to, when they talk about government assistance, they definitely just want to associate it with excuse me, my head hurting, Black people. But believe it or not, there are more Black people that get out and work hard and grind hard and don't receive any assistance. Even if they had received them before, they get to grinding hard and working hard. They talk about Black women. There are more Black women. There are so many successful Black women that are bettering themselves, going back to school, taking advantage. See, they don't talk about that though. They don't. Okay. Going to getting their CNA licenses, going to getting their nursing licenses, going to get their real estate licenses. You got a lot of girls that are grinding hard. Okay. and they're Black women. Okay, but they don't necessarily talk about that. So even with the shutdown, they start showing Black faces because this is how they want to depict us, right? They go and get go into the Black communities, and the news anchors do, and what they do is they go into the projects and they start, you want to be on TV, and they get, I think they walk around and wait until they see somebody with a head rag on early in the mornings, middle of the day. So they, folks saying, why, in the middle of the day is this person still got on their gown and their head rag when they should be at work? This is what they do to Black people. This is how they get their ratings. This is how they want to depict us, right? And so, but the truth of the matter is, you got a lot of Black girls that grind their asses off all of the time, and that's got a damn determination. I don't care if she was hoeing. Now she in law school, okay? Now she in law school because anybody can change their life, okay? Synathia says white, over 35% of SNAP participants are white African Americans. Approximately 26% of participants are African Americans. Hispanic, roughly 16% of participants are Hispanic. Asians, about 4%. Okay, so there are more white people that's on SNAP benefits than Blacks. But what they do is, they find a way to make Black people the face of welfare. Okay. A lot of white people that you might think they don't get it because they got their own businesses, but they found a way to get the food stamps even while they having a damn business. Okay. They getting the Section 8 and stuff. I believe that if it was only Black people that was receiving welfare, if it was majority of Black people that was receiving welfare, they would have cut it off a long damn time ago. You wouldn't have had to wait for a Republican president, another Republican president. You would have had as mean as Ronald Reagan with his old ass is, and George Bush and all of them. They was mean. If it was more African Americans, even back then, I'm talking about old man George Bush and the drunk ass son that's still alive, they would have been cut it off, but they haven't. Okay, because more of other races benefit from it. Okay, now I was looking at somebody post something. Okay, and hey, you all might disagree with me on this, but I kind of agree with this person. He says, I ain't never seen so many other races get treated so badly. Okay, and what he meant by that is, hey, Trump is a capitalist. Okay, he is a capitalist. So I don't think it's a Black or white thing to him. It's a rich or poor. If you white and you poor, he gonna treat you just like he would treat the poor Negroes, okay? Or if you middle class or whatever, he gonna party with the rich Black folks, okay? And the rich white folks and the rich Hispanics. And hey, as long as you rich, he's cool. But if you're poor, he look at you as white trash. He gonna treat you just like he would treat the poor Black people. Okay, he's a capitalist. Okay, so to him, it's all he see is green. I think that's what that is, which is dangerous also, right? So that's why you see a lot of other races out there protesting against him. Okay, a lot of middle class people, upper middle class, because it's because Biden has started really wiping out the middle class anyways, right? A lot of people don't want to talk about that, but it's the truth. But that's why you see a lot of white people, and so you have or a lot of other races, they got them signs up saying that, hey, this ain't it right here. We thought that he was just going to only, they're not going to say that. And so with Black people, because we're so traumatized and messed up in the head, and we hate what we see, what we look in the mirror, we feel like when we see other races out there protesting, that they're protesting because of the black people. Oh, they are sisters and brothers. They don't give a damn about you. They protesting because it's affecting people outside of the black community also. That's the only reason why they protest. If it just happened to your black ass, they wouldn't give a damn. Okay, never have, right? But that's why they're protesting. Okay. Okay. But hold on, y'all. I'm reading some messages. Thank you, Lord. I know millionaires. Okay. It's good. It's a blessing to know the millionaires, ain't it? I'm tell you something. I ain't got no. It's a good thing to know millionaires. You know what I've learned. What I learned being in having my own business, especially when I was doing advertisement for my TV show. What I learned was because I was like, oh, this is going to be an opportunity for me to help black businesses put their businesses on. Because see, you got to advertise. It's a hundred other people that's got the same damn business that you got. The only way you're going to get patronized more is your business have to stand out, and it stands out if people see it more, right? So that's why advertisement is important. Okay, okay, so you selling soap, she's selling soap, you selling the same damn type of soap because you're getting it from Temu. Okay, folks just ain't figured it out yet. You're getting the same damn soap from Temu. So, but what makes your Temu soap better than her Temu soap? Okay, well, Temu Soaps of America, I see on Tamara's advertising. I don't know nothing about that. Okay. So I don't know nothing about her business. So I'm gonna go to Temu Soaps of America and I'm gonna go up in there and buy all of her soaps out because I be seeing it. It's advertised. Black people have not caught on to that because we always want to try to get something. We want to try to get the hookup when as it relates to black businesses. Other black people, can't you give me a hookup? Hell no. Okay. Hell no. When I was doing private work, y'all know I don't do private investigative work anymore. But when I was doing private work, I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, Lord, how did I survive sitting out in cars all night, watching somebody, waiting on somebody piss ass husband to come out? But hey, listen, it paid them bills though, but her sister was tired. That's where I get them gray hairs from. They started coming quick too. Sitting up all night. But as soon as I would get a call, and I hate to be, but y'all know I'm transparent. Yeah, listen, y'all, I got to talk about this shit because we got to change our mindset. Y'all don't be mad at me when I say this stuff. I'm telling y'all the truth and what I experienced. And so, anyways, and when I would get a call, yeah, I'm looking for a private investigator. You speaking to her. You're the private investigator? I am. And not the secretary? Yes, I am. You the owner? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, how much do it cost? I give them the price. Oh, they want to try to come. It's that high? Okay, so automatically, because I'm a black person, and this is another black person, the value of the service is supposed to go down. Okay, and I'm going somewhere with this. The value of the service. What you can't. Can I pay you half now, half later? Hell no, because once I tell you what your husband doing, once I do what I do to get you what you need, you ain't gonna give me the other half of my money. I need it all. Well, can I pay you this? Hell no. I don't care if your husband don't come home no more. I don't care. Okay, so no. But I would say this. I tell you what I'm gonna do. Let me refer you to over there to, because it was a lot of white folks, and shout out to them. They do their thing. They don't have a covenant. They didn't have covenant spirits or anything like that. And they was raking them over the coals. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I got a cold. So then I was like, well, call this number. They probably will be able to work with you. So then I would turn around and call whatever the right white firm it was. Did such and such call you? Oh yeah. They said you referred them. Did they ask you for a discount? Oh hell no, they knew better than that. You hear my voice with your black ass and you want a discount, but you call them white guys and you knew better than to ask them for a discount and paid it because you want to prove to them I's a good nigga. I can pay you. See, I got some money, and they was overcharging. They quoted you a price higher than me. Okay, that's the type of mentality that we have. Okay. She said I get my fishing gear from Temu. Oh, well then I need to go on Temu and look for me a cane pole because I don't like the reels that you throw. I don't like them. I know we fish with the cane pole, so I'm gonna see if I can find me one. That's what I grew up fishing with. That's what I need. I need a cane pole in my life. Okay, a fishing pole and a. Don't get me started. I ain't trying to trip this early this morning. We get off a topic, okay? Okay, but they're saying that the food stamp shut down. Now, I don't believe that it's going to be shut down that long because it's going to affect too many other communities. They don't want to see the other communities affected like that, okay? And so I think, but how come they don't go and they don't find those white people that's on welfare, those communities, those trailer parks? And ain't nothing wrong with living in no trailer park, okay? Those trailer parks with a whole damn community, the gypsies, they getting food stamps everywhere. Why don't they go up in there and ask them how it's going to affect them not getting food stamps? Why do we as Black people want to be on TV so bad, okay, that we allow the news media to make us the face of handouts? Okay, and which ain't nothing wrong with getting no food stamps, because when they were saying that, there was a rumor going around when they were saying that Trump was going to people that work was going to be getting the food stamps, I got happy. I said, oh God, because I went to the store, got a loaf of bread. Y'all know I like to get that alkaline water. Got a couple bottles of alkaline water. I love to get that baked seaweed, a pack of chicken, a pack of fish, and I believe it's $300. Okay, so I got happy. I was like, Lord, I'm gonna be able to get me some stamps. Okay, so it ain't nothing wrong with getting some help. Okay, but why? And I always say this: it ain't nothing. If you getting welfare and food stamps, a hand up is okay, but it should not become a way of life. I think that's where the issues are coming in at. You young and or old or whatever, and you need to get you some assistance, that's different. But when it becomes a way of life, if you've been on welfare for about your oldest child is 16 and you've been on welfare 16 years, there's a disconnect somewhere. Okay. Well, I got to take care of my babies. Well, you need to quit having them. Okay. See, this is what people don't like to talk about. You done had a damn baby every year for 16 years. Okay. But they want us to be like that. And ain't nobody told her, look, you've been having a baby every year for 16 years since you was 15 years old. There has to be some, what's the word that I'm looking for, y'all? Help me out. There has to be a, I had a brain fog. Help me. Some not interception when you need to talk to somebody about what they doing wrong for correction. Y'all help me with the word I'm looking for. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm going through that perimenopause, so I have brain fog. What is it called? There needs to be not an interception or intervention. That's it, M-Mac. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much, darling. That's what it is. Intervention. Okay? There needs to be an intervention. Okay? But people are so easily offended. You judging me because I've been getting food stamps for 16 years in welfare. Ain't never had no job because I got all these kids. You got 16 kids. Okay. Don't tell me it can't happen because some of these girls have babies within 11 months. They get pregnant, they have a baby, and within the babies that ain't even a year apart, they be 10, 11 months apart. Don't tell me it can't happen. It happens all the time. There has to be an intervention. You're right. And they need a damn therapist. Right? We don't talk about being proactive anymore. Okay? Because I mean, they'll talk about it, but they really want her to stay on them food stamps and stuff. Because hey, just like crime pays, I think black people with the way we spend money and we don't know how to make money work for us, and hey, we got it bad. Okay, about we get some money, it's gone. We get a lump sum of money, it's gone in less than 6 months because they know that we are financially illiterate because they don't want us to be financially literate because they need for us to always be consumers. We keep everybody else rich. Hell, they talk about them food stamps, but they really want us to get them because we flood out the stores. We keep Walmart and people like that open. Okay. We keep people like that open, right? Okay. Now, I've been on my own since I was 7. I was one of my coworkers was saying yesterday. He said that Target is supposed to be closing their stores because they say because of that DIE or whatever they call it. See, I don't the DIY or whatever, that black people are not shopping with them. I don't know. That was kind of weird to me because you don't really see Targets in hoods. Okay. You see more black people shopping at Walmart because when I go into Target, okay, because I like Target. Okay. Even when they was the only thing that Target had going on one time, I don't really get into stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't get into arguments about shit like that. But because I be ordering my vacuum cleaners and shit from Target. I likes to get my vacuums from Target. They have the cheapest vacuum cleaners. Okay. And so I just go ahead and order them, and I likes to get my laptops from Target. It's just their prices are better, and it's something about they have the better brands. But as I stay in Walmart more because Walmarts are more, and you see them on all up through the hoods, okay, and they got the grocery stores and all of that. And with Target, I mostly see Target in suburban areas, okay, mostly where the white people are. Okay, you don't see them saturated throughout every hood. So when they say that it's about to shut down because black people ain't shopping there, every time I've gone in Target, I've seen mostly white people because I don't see Target saturated throughout the hoods as I do in Walmart, as I do Walmart. When I go to Target, I have to go out to like Germantown or somewhere where it's mostly suburbs. Okay. So I think they kind of line with that. I think they kind of telling lies when they say that black people are the reason that Target is been getting ready to close their doors. They'll tell a lie in a minute, okay, about that, right? 9B says, I've been on my own since I was 17, never had to apply for food stamps, not even in college, but I also don't have any kids. So there's that. 9B says, black people only shop at Walmart, Bills, and Dollar Tree. What is Bills? I never heard of that store. What is Bills? Yeah, because I'm gonna tell y'all now, Dollar Tree is my favorite store. I ain't gonna tell no lies. I like to go in there and get all my cleaning supplies and just walk down every aisle. It used to be Big Lots. It's like Hayes. I ain't never heard of Hayes either. I never heard of Hayes. I never heard of Hayes. Okay. But the black dollars do count. I will say that, because without the black dollar, I think all of these businesses would have shut down, right? I think they want to always keep us consumers, because it is the black dollars that create generational wealth for other communities. That's the reasons why I can't understand why we won't support each other, and we always want to hook up. But we'll go into other stores. They'll go pay $1,300 for a Chanel shirt just so that we can get on social media and say, look, I got a Chanel shirt on, and okay, and the roofing on your house is about to fall in. Okay. So I think we got the issues confused. When y'all see me shopping on here all the time, I be having points and shit. Okay. And they get me with that. One of the stores that I be shopping with sent me 2 emails. You got a $40 cash back, $40 coupon, $40 cash back plus a 40% off coupon. I mean, how in the hell I'm gonna pass that up? That's why y'all always hear me on here clicking, click, 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 click. And I ain't paying no $400 for nothing. When I get through using my coupons and shit like that, that stuff be like $80, $90. Okay. People say she's spending all her money. No, I don't. I be spending coupons and stuff. That's why reason why I stay in Dollar Tree. Okay. So now I don't spend money like that. Okay. I don't believe in going and paying $300 and $400 for no shirt, for no Gucci shirt. And it's probably more than that. $1,000 for no Gucci shoes. I wish I would do something like that. Even if I was a millionaire, I wouldn't do it. Okay. I can't do it like that. Because I feel like shit. I can go get me a 10 outfits for $1,200 rather than paying $1,200 for a damn shirt just so I can get on social media. And they be getting on social media, ass ain't been washed, stinking and all that, and they got on a Chanel shirt. Y'all, what's going on in this world today? Okay. 9B says, dang, and we bordering states to each other must just be a Arkansas thing. It's gotta be, because I never heard of it. I've never heard of it. I'm gonna tell you what I saw in Arkansas when I was going to Pine Bluff. We went through Helena. I know it's Helena or something. Helena, and I believe it was Helena. They had a just like they did in Murfreesboro. And I just went crazy. They had a what's the name of that store that I love so much? I wish they had one in Memphis. Oh God. Oh, it's right there on my brain. It's almost like a Macy's, but it's not. I can't think of it right now. It was in Murfreesboro, Nashville, when I went to the conference, and it was in Helena. And I was like, oh my God, like I was like, yeah, we gotta stop here and go in here because I shop here all the time. What is the name of that damn store? I can't believe my brain ain't working right this morning. I had coffee and everything. Hold on. I'm getting ready to tell you, I ain't gonna be able to move on until I Belk. That's what it is. Belk. We got a Dillard's, but Belk. We need to get a Belk's. I love Belk's. I do. I love Belk. And I see they got one in Helena, Arkansas. And I just gotta have the calling it Helena, because I had been calling it Helena so long until somebody said, you do know that's not how you pronounce it. It's Helena. I said, well, hell, it's spelled the same way. So I be saying Helena, but I be meaning Helena. Okay. I've been saying Helena so long. I was just corrected recently. Okay. I don't be minding being corrected. But they got one. Okay. He says, dang, and yeah. But hold on, I want to pull this up, you all. We're talking about food stamp shutdown. I kind of believe, I don't think it's going to happen. But they saying it's already happened. Shit. Um, I know that they won't be issued in SNAP. The Tennessee governor confirms that SNAP recipients won't receive benefits in November. Do y'all believe that? They said that one time before.
In just 8 days, there will be no money left for families to put on the table, to put food on the table, I should say. Tennessee's governor made an official move today.
Now, unless the federal government reopens, SNAP benefits will not be available. Now, this impacts, of course, 150,000 people in Shelby County alone, 700,000 across Tennessee. And Fox 13 is working to connect you to resources to make sure that your children do not go hungry.
Let's go right to Fox 13, your health reporter, Mandy Rock. Mandy, time and money are running short.
Yeah, that's right, they are. And if the federal government does not reopen soon, the 1 in 10 Tennesseans who rely on SNAP benefits won't get their monthly reload come November 1st. And that means the debit cards that many families rely on to buy groceries could be empty. And experts say the effects could span far beyond the checkout line.
I rely on them every month
Look.
I had 3 boys, and I trying to put them through school.
Nellie Watson knows firsthand how important these benefits are.
Now she done went into a damn parking lot and found a black woman. You mean to tell me you can't find no white folks or ask no white people if they receive benefits? She done went into stood out into a damn parking lot and found a black woman.
She used to rely on SNAP to keep food on the table. She feels for the families who need help today.
They really need them because they don't have no job and they don't have no income coming in.
Governor Bill Lee says the federal government shutdown will cause a pause in SNAP assistance starting November 1st. The state says it can't issue payments until Congress reaches a deal to reopen. Tennessee gets about $147 million a month from Washington to fund SNAP. Without that money, experts say families and the stores that depend on their business could feel the hit fast.
If we have people not receiving their SNAP benefits, they're not going to be able to go to the grocery stores. And so then we're going to see grocery stores lose a lot of revenue and may have to lay off some of their grocery workers.
University of Tennessee economics professor Michael Kofed says the impact can affect a child's education.
You tend to see higher disciplinary issues in schools where SNAP starts to run out. You see lower test scores or lower academic achievement for students.
He says food banks could quickly be overwhelmed.
If we double, for example, the amount of people showing up at a food bank, then they're going to run out of resources very quickly and may not have the resources to be able to sustain.
Those who have been there say they're praying for families looking for help.
All I can say is, Lord, help. I don't want them to starve.
I'm praying for them that they could get back on them. And the Lord have always make a way for us.
And Governor Lee says any remaining funds from October can be used in November, but no new assistance will load until the government reopens. Daryl.
Fox 13's Mandy.
Y'all see what she did? Then she went and waited until she saw a black woman, an older black woman, and interviewed her, and then went into the hoods and got a black boy. Okay, it's sad. It says black folks better remember how to grow. Right. I always talk about, they took away and then, when you take it away for so long, people lose the desire, and then as generations after us come, hey, they don't know anything. You kind of lose it if you don't use it. But people don't know how to go fishing. They don't know how to grow their greens and bell peppers and all of that. Hell, you can you say, well, we can't grow no meat. I remember my granddaddy used to kill hogs. Okay, and then he would, I think you call curate them or something like that. And that sausage and stuff would be so good. I can't eat sausage now because it makes my head hurt. But those were the best sausage sandwiches that was ever that they were the best sausage sandwiches. Okay. Um, yeah, but you're right. People better learn how to grow their own food. So when you get talking about, well, I ain't got no meat to eat, probably don't even need to eat no damn meat. Um, but hey, I remember when I was in Jamaica and we went to the flea market, they was down there breaking. Oh, yeah, I got traumatized when I went to Montego Bay, and there was a man down there had a chicken coop, and I saw people walking up to him. I saw the chicken making a whole lot of noise. Y'all, they breaks the chicken's necks. Oh, and the chicken be running. They cut the neck off, and the chicken be running around with his neck cut off. Okay, it's just sad. Mm. So we probably need to just go back to vegetables. 9B says black folks better remember how to grow their own food and slaughter animals. This ain't no issue that can't be fixed. I don't eat meat nor drink sodas. I love fishing. I love to fish too, Lakewood. I do. I love fishing. And so that's a skill that needs to be taught. But now you hear a lot of people talk about, even men. I've heard some men say, man, I ain't going no fishing, man. I ain't figuring to sit on no bank. I don't know how to fish. Okay. You don't know how to fish. You don't know how to grow foods. You think you're too good to fish. Okay. I mean, with the way that the world is going and being the head of the household, what can you do for your family if you don't have survival skills? I was really getting ready to go in, but I ain't gonna do that. Okay, I'm gonna be easy. But how can you lead your family if you don't have survival skills? They're gonna starve to death. So you're absolutely right. We need to get back into growing our own foods, and because if nothing else, you can eat greens. If you grow your greens and your bell peppers and all of that good stuff, your carrots and stuff like that, you can eat that. Okay, and so I get tired of when that's all you got. You're gonna learn to enjoy it, and you'll be healthier. He said you don't need no damn meat. So, hey, I know they said Georgia. They're saying that Georgia's government has let it be known that they're not going to receive SNAP benefits. Okay, so Arizona governor says state lacks resources to replace SNAP benefits. SNAP benefits won't be issued in Georgia starting November 1st. Alabama Food Bank warns the government shutdown could affect SNAP benefits and WIC benefits. So now the babies ain't gonna be able to have no milk. If that's if they're what is it called? Similac. It says Alabama Arise, a nonprofit that advocates for low income residents who receive benefits such as SNAP, says there has been little communication from the federal government about how programs like food assistance will be affected if the shutdown continues. So the shutdown has already started in Alabama. It looks like all of the southern states it has affected. I'm going to see, has it affected Arkansas? So it has already happened in Arkansas. They said the WIC is sustainable until middle of November, and then they're going to have to shut it down. They got to furlough employees. Oh wow. Well, no, they haven't shut down Arkansas yet, but they're saying if the shutdown happens, then they're going to see it being affected. They got enough money in Arkansas to sustain them until the middle of November. So I guess they'll get theirs, but if the shutdown the shutdown continues, they're not going to get theirs in November because they're going to have to stop. They don't have any money to sustain them after the middle of November. So that's what's going on in Arkansas. Let's see what's going on in Chicago. Okay, so the federal government is still shut down in Chicago. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see what states will lose SNAP benefits. It says 25 states. Let's see. Okay, so it says those states include California. They said the nation's largest anti-hunger initiative that they won't receive checks next month. The states include California, Arkansas, Hawaii, Indiana, Mississippi, and New Jersey. So that was October 23rd. So they're not going to get a check. So I guess they're talking about the welfare. Hold on. That was 3 days ago, though. Let's see what's happening as of recently. I'm trying to see all the states that are affected. Shit. They're not saying that they're not sure about Florida. They said it could happen in Florida. As of right now, as of yesterday, they didn't say. They said the recipients could lose their benefits in Florida. Michigan is going to lose theirs. Okay, Washington, North Dakota, Maine, Vermont, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina. It's saying Florida. Florida has a warning. Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Wyoming, Utah, Oregon, Alaska. You start getting up there to the states where ain't nothing, it ain't no black folks at. Okay, that's the reason why I say I don't. You start talking about states like that being affected. I don't know how long this is gonna last because it probably won't last long. If states don't have a surplus in the budget, they aren't going to receive benefits. What about Texas? Let's see. Yeah, Texas too. And Texas is a real big state, just like California and Florida. Oh, wow. I'm going to tell y'all what's going to happen. Poverty ignites crime. They think they fixing one thing, but what's going to happen is, and I'm not, and I don't, that might be what they want. The crime is going to surplus. It's going to go through the roof. So then they're going to end up having to send the National Guard into a lot of these states to stop this crime. So then they have to pay the National Guard when they go into these states and stuff. Yeah, I wonder what the hell these folks think they doing. Lord have mercy. So I don't know, y'all. Listen, I don't know what to say. I really don't. Latanya said that's the plan. I believe that's the plan too. That's going to send crime through the roof. Everybody gonna have to carry their weapon, and so the police are gonna be pulling over everybody, and whoever is not. You talking about working people or folks that are trying to change their lives. See, they don't document that there are a lot of Black men that try, and that's at this point in time trying to change their lives around. There's a lot of damn fools out there, but it's a lot of men that have gotten older and their ass is tired of committing crimes. Okay. That's trying to find ways to change their lives, getting jobs and stuff. Okay. It'll be those ones that are affected because they go right back to jail. It sends them right back to ground zero, going to jail for some bullshit. You see what I'm talking about? Something as crazy as, coming home from work, trying to work to pay to get his licenses or something back. Okay, you take his car, you put him in jail, he back at ground zero. So it'd be people like that that's affected when you send in the National Guard and all of that. Entire country under martial law, executive orders invoked, FEMA control. I wonder, did I share what happened in Memphis yesterday? And this white guy, it happened to a white man and his son. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Did I share it? Because I was like, I want to show that on my show. Let me see. I did, you guys. I did. Hold on. I'm gonna show it to you all. This is the National Guard in Memphis. Okay.
Fucking
Now they said that was a white guy. The man said his son got excited. Something was going on. His son was trying to record it. And that's why the police got at him.
Hey! Jesus fucking Christ. Hey! He didn't do anything, sir!
Yeah, but why is he acting like that?
25 he didn't do anything!
25 feet! Right. 25 feet! Right.
I'm getting.
All right, back behind the car. Behind the car.
I'm going, motherfucker! Little ass fucking baby!
All right, get back right now. Back. Stay right here.
He was filming! You fucking terrorist pigs!
Hey, don't pass these cars or you will be tagged, okay? You will be tagged.
Okay, now it says Memphis Safe Task Force and ICE agents carrying an AR-15 shoulders me into a fence. He drops his flashlight, in which the victim lets the cop know. The police then attack him and handcuff him. I was forced back by 2 tasers being pointed at me. The whole incident started because someone ran a freaking yellow light The police jumped out of the car and got away. Meanwhile, the cops were determined to arrest someone. He was it. But Alice, the community showed up. We got it on film and demanded that the man be let go. The people power prevail. Watch my last live to see the community fight back. Now, they said they let this guy go. Now we know if there had been a black person, I don't mean no harm. Now, y'all, this stuff has to come up, and I don't try to make everything a racial thing, but the fact of the matter is, it is a racial thing, whether I say it or not. If there had been a black person, they would have got tased, and they would have took him to jail. They let that white guy go. Okay. That his dad and his mama was all around the scene cussing them out. They would have tagged them. They would have shot them, and they would have took the whole family to jail had it been some black folks. Now we got to be real about it. Okay. Pumpkin Pooh says, "Hey Tam, just getting on. Did you say Tennessee will get benefits because my niece got a letter? No, Tennessee will not get benefits. If I said that, I said it wrong. No, Tennessee will not get benefits. If I said that, it was a misstatement. I saw on Facebook yesterday that People nonprofit organization was giving out food yesterday at Lamar and Airways. You can also go on. Is that it's not Madison? It is Cleveland, I believe. Is it Cleveland? Over there to the food shelter. Right there at Poplar, and is it Poplar in Cleveland? Somebody help me. Where's that food shelter at? And go get you a box of food. Go over there and get you a box of food. Latanya says this country will soon be under United Nations control. Troops are already here waiting for their orders. Plus size bad, it says Tennessee do too, got money, but the governor said he wasn't going into that money to keep SNAP going. Oh, wow. Wow. I tell you. Let's see. Okay, y'all, here's the second part of that. Here's the second part of that. I want you all to see this.
Show your face. Show your face.
Now, y'all see all those white people got out there and started demanding and, saying, show your face. They gathered around those state troopers. I looked like the FBI was out there. And the next thing you know, this young male white, okay, hey, I'm glad they let him go. He emerged from out of the back of the state trooper car, unharmed, didn't go to jail, went right on back with his family. That never would have happened if it was a black boy.
Hey, this what it looks when Nutbush stands up. Shit. Y'all got us fucked up. Shit, we from Memphis. What you know about we? I know this is a hoe ass bitch right here. Show your fucking face, coward motherfucker.
Now you got the DEA and the FBI out there, and they let them all these white people stand there and antagonize them. Called a black girl that was a state trooper. He said, "Look at this bitch." That's what the white guy said. Okay, would they have ever? And they over there in Nutbush, I believe in Nutbush, right there around North Memphis somewhere.
Hey, how does it feel being a Nazi? How does it feel?
Terrorizing. The community showed up, y'all, and we got that man released from fucking custody because the community saw what the fuck happened. I let him know that I had video and that guy was just fucking filming. They put his ass in handcuffs, had him hemmed up till the community showed up. Get the fuck out of here! Woo!
If that had been black people out there in the crowd doing that, everybody would have been arrested. Everybody.
Don't nobody want y'all in Nutbush. Don't nobody want y'all in Memphis. See what happens when community stands up? We got them released from fucking custody.
Hey, what's your Facebook?
Hunter Dempster.
Hunter Dempster. That's you?
You started seeing the black people come around later. If the black people had been there first, it would have been a totally different outcome.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, I've been seeing that Facebook.
Yeah. Wait till I post the video. The man they tried to arrest. Slam this man. You want to say something?
What's them niggas called? There's some hoe ass.
Hey, goodbye. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Hey, goodbye. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Hey, goodbye. A bunch of hoes and your families.
That man called already.
Oh, they roasted his ass.
Shit, bro.
Giving all these cars.
No, 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 no. Bunch of hoe-ass cops, y'all. If the community didn't show up just now, woo! They had that man in handcuffs after they just beat the hell out of a man, not a half block down the road. And while they were waiting on the tow truck down there, the fucking state troopers took off like a motherfucker. I think they were chasing one of these cars. Whatever. The guy hops out the car. I have everything. And that dude got away. And then another individual who was over here filming the first incident where the Memphis Safe Taskforce beat the hell out of a man for tinted windows, and they impounded his car. The state troopers come after this other car, and the guy comes and he's filming, and 6 Safe Task Force members grab the guy, slam him against the wall, and pounce on his ass. They put him in handcuffs. The community shows up over here. Maria was chanting. I let the guy know my name and said that I have the video of everything that happened, and that I know that you were just filming the police. I don't know if they were trying to hem him up for the guy that got away. But the end result was when the community came together and the people gathered, the police had no choice. They fucking let him go. It was an empowering moment. To me, it's a lesson in people power, you know. And I don't care if this isn't affecting you, and if you haven't seen the Safe Task Force firsthand, go down Macon, go down Summer Avenue, go down Jackson, spend an hour doing that and watch the racial profiling going on. It is not what they're saying that it is. And until we get angry enough and start fighting back, you know, we're inviting the oppressor.
Okay, now let me just say this. Now he sounds like that I didn't know around the Nutbush area. I know around the Nutbush area it was mainly saturated. At one point, Cypress is in here, I believe, with whites. Now it seems like it's a lot of Hispanics over there. Um, that's a male white that has that would, even in the area that he lives in, he would be looked at as a poor white guy, but he still would have more privilege than a black person. I'm saying this to black people: don't listen, comply, because what you just saw there, it would not have been the same way if it had been one of us. Remember that. So he could say that coming from, even as a poor white guy, having some privilege, it would not have gone that way had it been okay. And he was a white guy that was leading that, because it was a lot of Hispanics out there, a lot of Hispanics and white people. Okay. So the black people started to walk up after everything was already over. So he said, "We'll fight back. It's not going to be the same outcome if it's one of us." Okay. So, anyways, I'm glad they let the young man go, but we get the opportunity to see how differently they handle things. Okay. When it's one of us and when it's of another community. Now, they said they just beat the hell out of a man up the road because he had tinted windows. I wonder what color was that man. And if that guy right there saw it, how come he didn't record that also? If he saw them beating the hell out of a man that had tinted windows, I'm going to assume that maybe, what's up, the hitter? I'm going to assume that maybe it was a black guy. So why didn't they record that? And you gonna beat somebody ass just because they got dark windows, instead of just ticketing them, then why didn't they record that? And why wasn't the outrage for that also? Okay. Like I said, I don't be want to make it a racial thing, but it also goes back to, you saw how the black people were walking up. Like, as black people, we're willing to march with anybody, right? We're willing to march with anybody, but nobody really cares about our issues. Okay. You don't really see that, not unless it's beneficial to them. Okay. So, anyways, I'm glad they let the young man go. I'm glad nobody was hurt or anything like that. But we definitely, I feel like that it had gotten disrespectful, just cussing the law enforcement officers out. They were still gathered around the law enforcement officers, which it could be looked at as a threat. They were still up close on them. Hey, when people get mad at law enforcement officers, you have to remember now that you're not, when there's a scene, you're not supposed to be up on them of so many feet, because that's how they are trained in the academy. So it becomes a danger. But it seems like to me that they were able to do it. But if it had been me or a lot of us in this chat, then they would have used the force that they was taught in the academy when those types of guidelines and shit are broken. So the scene, they definitely would have handled things differently if it had been all black people out there. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that right now. Cussing them out, calling them bitches and hoes and all of that. Hey, because you had the FBI out there, the DEA, and you see the DEA now had their face covered up. I was looking at that. I was like, of course, why they got their face covered up? Because they're going to take down their plan before they exit Memphis is to take down every drug house in Memphis. Now, you see that DEA agent seems to have been Hispanic. Well, of course, there, I think that there is an agenda as it relates to Hispanics, especially if they feel like they're illegal. That's what they've been sent into Memphis to do. So, of course, you see a lot of DEA agents probably that's going to be Hispanic, but he would be easy to distinguish, but I guess he would just be used to kick the doors in. Because I'm gonna tell you, before they leave here, just about every trap house door is gonna been kicked in. Okay, not just around Jackson and Nutbush and all of those areas. It seemed like to me they just kind of starting around the summer and those areas and stuff like that. Because I mean, as much as we see, a lot of Hispanics are very hard working and they work And they, you know, they are, Hispanics are very hard working, but they push just as much weight as these black boys too. As a matter of fact, when they get the weight, it's gonna be a lot more because they got the pipeline to get the weight. Okay, so it's gonna be a lot more than these black boys have. Okay, so that's a lot of the you know. Okay, what's up, Ebony? How are you? How's everybody doing? Y'all enjoying the show so far? Okay. I also wanted to talk about Romika Meeks. We're gonna go back over all this. We talked about the food stamp shutdown. We've talked about the Memphis task force is rough outside, and they are rough outside. Okay. They are. They have been pulling over everybody, but you know, they was even pulling over police officers. Okay. They was even pulling over police. What's up, Big Mo? How you doing, darling? They was even pulling over police officers, and of course, you got a lot of these state troopers come from other counties outside of Memphis. So they coming from Nashville, they coming from all other areas. So they don't care about making no waves. So they feel like I don't live in Memphis anyways. But you know, so they pulling over, you know, everybody, just anybody. Okay, they're pulling over just anybody. So hey, I think now they've been told to pipe down as it relates to that. Okay, because pulling over people because they got a phone in their hand, or how in the hell is that combating crime? That ain't what you're doing. Is you messing with the folks that's out working. You making it harder for the people that is creating revenue and working and all of that. So I don't know how they felt like that was gonna help Memphis. Okay. But and they're not, you know, fighting crime. And the thing about it is, I mean, is there even any crime even being happening? Okay, a lot of the people that was out committing crime, they have kind of scattered out. Because I'm not gonna tell you. Now, I had a case over in the Ridgecrest just the other day, and I went over there twice last week, and I didn't really see nobody out. I didn't really see anybody out. And you think about it, I'm trying to figure out, you know, with the Ridgecrest, I had a hard damn time just getting them to open up the damn gate for me. Ma'am, what are you here for? Such and such. You can't, I mean, I had a hard time getting through that. So I can think about, was security and stuff always that tight? But of course, if you know somebody over there, I guess you can get somebody that live over there to open the gate for you. Hell, they made me sit at that gate for about 5 minutes. Okay. Anyways, y'all, make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all. Let's see how many. Hold on one second. I haven't started. I be forgetting to start my campaigns so that you all can donate to the channel. Okay, hold on. I don't be on here a lot, so as much as I used to, because I have a lot going on, you guys. I'm in school and I work, and I'm so dedicated to school. I'm so obsessed with making good grades. I find myself studying all of the freaking time so I can keep my GPA up, so that I can qualify for scholarships. And so please support the channel, you guys. So I got a goal up. Okay, I got up a goal. So I'm trying to get a goal of 10 super chats or 10 super thanks or cash apps. So I got a goal up. So support the channel. Gotti told them to not let you. Hey, that's probably what happened. Well, I'm gonna tell you, when I got in there though, it was pretty cool. I said, Lord have mercy. Now I can't understand why. Child, that was cool over there though. I saw a couple guys that was out. It was really cool. But as far as like just hanging out and stuff like that, they got security and stuff. Like they got security over there. They, you know. She said, no, now. But that's probably what it was. Gotti told them not to let me in. Okay. They said Ridgecrest was hit hard from the start. I hear, oh, so that's what's going on. So they've already hit Ridgecrest pretty hard. So that's why it wasn't nobody out. And I had to go. I went over there 2 times last week. When nobody standing out or nothing like that. So, oh, so they was hit hard. So they've scattered out too. I guess they've scattered out too. That's something. Oh wow. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe, okay? Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe and support the channel. Y'all, I also want to talk about Romika Meeks and Stand a Chance. Now, I will say this. Now, I've been looking at a young man who's been doing a great job as it relates to creating a platform. I think his name is Keys. Creating a platform. There's another young lady who does a vlog called Travel Vlog or something, and it's totally is dedicated to keeping Romika's to keeping her legacy alive. I truly hope and pray that Romika's family get the justice that they deserve, because just sitting back, and I don't have the opportunity to look into it like I want to, because I have so much going on, but I immediately knew just from scratch. I have looked at some stuff now. I have looked at some stuff, and I am still looking at a few little things. But I knew right off, right, that the young lady, the Holly young lady that had shot Romika, just with how cold she was and all of that, I do believe that the boyfriend was involved. Hey, I think at this point, they say that they're broke up. I don't believe that they're broke up. I think he's got to keep her close to him. He knew. I believe they went up there to their school to do that. But as far as Holly, what made me want to see about what it was that could have been going on with her. That's the young lady. Holly was the one that's saying, I got a gun license. I'm licensed to carry. I knew at that point that it had to be some mental illness going on in that family. And I was pretty sure, just from how she did it, that was probably not the first time something like that had happened in their family. And because I knew that's a mental illness. And just like I thought, I done tapped into the Pentagon, and that's the God's truth. That's not the first. That family, there's a history of stuff like that, right? So I hope that the police do their job. Just looking at Keys and finding out more, it's just starting to, it's so obvious. I believe that she is going to be indicted, and hopefully he will too, because I believe that at some point, especially with him covering for her, you never know if he had talked about it with her or something like that, even if he was just on some BS when he talked about it with her. But allegedly she had been sitting out there waiting for him to come home, okay? And they say she had been out there all night. So just sitting out there trying to see what he had going on. So when she shot Romika, she probably felt like he had been with Romika. She was already angry. She did it out of anger. She did it because she was mad, because she didn't know where he had been. And then too, with him playing both sides, because he was going back and forth between these two women. With him playing both sides, I'm pretty sure that he told her to shoot her. Okay. He has benefited from Romika. He's definitely not grieving if he's at the gym flexing and showing that him and her are wearing matching pajamas and all of that, since he took his first baby mama, took the mother of his oldest son away. You leave your son without a mother, and you're able to just go on with life like that. This girl sitting up talking about something, she posted a message, but there's mental illness that runs in that family. Okay? Her family is known for doing shit like this. So maybe that's why it's taking the police so long. But then what happens is, once they indict her, she probably gonna try to, when there's a history of mental illness, she's probably, I'm sure she got an attorney. They'll start looking at other alternatives. Okay. as far as mental illness, and she might try to use that to her advantage. But she is definitely crazy in a bad way. Okay. But that was definitely it was anger. She shot that girl not out of fear. You don't go. First of all, she's supposed to be in jail for violating her own protective order. She violated her own protective order. You can't put an order of protection on somebody and then go to where they are. Okay. If you are in fear of them, she went up there to Romika's son's school. I can't understand why she didn't go to jail for that, right? You got you shooting around a school zone. You shoot somebody. Okay. So what if Romika, was arguing with her? Okay, what if she was at that point? She still you can't shoot somebody just because they arguing with you, right? Romika was not a threat to her person. She didn't have a weapon. Okay, so then you hear the witnesses say that the boyfriend, the baby daddy, had Romika in a headlock. As far as I'm concerned, he was holding her, telling the girl to shoot her. Because one of the witnesses said, okay, she got a gun. I believe he told her to do it. She was already mad because she didn't know where he had been. Okay. This girl is a pick-me type girl because she brag about, the types of money and stuff that she's made. I don't want to put out there, okay. She ain't really never she talked about Romika not she talked about Romika being a CNA wiping asses. Yeah, she didn't worked in, she's, okay. So, but she ain't never really had nothing going on for herself. Okay. I don't be wanting to dox folks like that, put folks' information out like that. I'm real careful about that, but she ain't had shit going on. And so it was beneficial also to the baby daddy, because Romika, he would have had to go to court because of what he did to Romika, I believe for domestic violence in October. I'm pretty sure, I didn't look at the disposition of that case, but Romika is no longer here. So I'm sure the case was thrown out. So he benefits too. Okay. Romika had been with him for 10 years. It's coming out now that Romika had caught him texting a transgender. Okay. And showed the text messages to her family because she was unsure. Do y'all think that he's on the down low or whatever? I'm sure a 10-year relationship, and she felt betrayed. When women are hurt, there's a lot of stuff she could have did to end his reputation. So that's why he's not grieving, because whatever it is, it's no telling what he did. Okay, from the streets of Chicago, how many folks he backdoored that she probably, with the betrayal, she could have put out there on him. So it benefits him for her to be gone too. He's benefited, not thinking about his son. I hope he never gets custody of his damn child so that he could bring his child around the woman, because he's got to stay connected to this woman so that she does not get mad. He got to give her just enough so she don't tell the dirt, I believe, because she is mentally ill. Okay. Because I believe when she is indicted, I think she will be indicted at some point. She started pleading insanity because of the mental illness and stuff throughout her family line and all of that. It'll come out. It'll definitely come out. Sometimes things are perpetual. Okay. But hey, I don't like microwave type investigations. I just hope that Chicago PD is doing what they are supposed to do and have not decided, okay, well, it was self-defense. Hopefully they've gone quiet, because they get into what I've been able to, just scratching the surface, what I've been able to see. And that is, this girl is crazy. She is. I knew it. And that's the reason why I looked into it. Not just her whole damn family crazy. Okay. So that's why I said Romika didn't stand a chance. And if Carlos ain't careful, and it probably do need to happen, he probably gonna be next, okay? Because she ain't got no issues with popping that gun, okay? Anytime you shoot a woman just because you mad, you'll kill a woman, and she had intentions on killing her because she wanted her out of the picture, okay? So justice for Romika, justice for Romika's family. Maybe that's what Chicago PD is doing. Maybe that's what they're doing. Okay, maybe that's what they're doing. because they're saying that she got some money, but where she get it from? Because she ain't never really had nothing going on to even be talking about Romika. That's what I'm trying to understand. And now, allegedly, I mean, this came from the internet. They say she was a stripper. She could have been. Okay. They say she had an OnlyFans where they was on there. She was having threesomes and stuff with other women. Hey, that's possible too. I didn't see that. But as far as, you know, her trying to talk about Romika, she ain't never really had shit going on other than, taking, I guess giving me and her money. Okay. I guess that's why she thought she was better, because she felt like she could give him more. And that's what women go wrong at. Okay. When they feel like they can give a man financially more than what another woman who they deem as struggling, when Romika was better on herself. When the fact of the matter is, if they start asking you for some money, you already know that's not the man for you, because that's just not how it's supposed to be. Okay. So that's why I defends my motherfucking self when a motherfucker get on here talking about, because see, I know the order of the way what it's supposed to be, because that's what I grew up around. Okay. Ain't no bitch ever got nothing up out of me, especially no hundreds of dollars. Okay. Not now. Not even the one that was here with me. Okay. Because if you start asking me for that, you too motherfucking sorry for me. I already know what you are. You sorry. You can't do nothing for me. And that's not how it's supposed to be. And I think that's where women go wrong when they go, well, I'm gonna do this. I gave him more than what she could ever give him. Okay, well then he probably wasn't with you because he cared about you. He was with you because of what you could give him, or what he thought that you could give him. And so that's where women go wrong at. Okay. And this is what this girl was doing. And she was mad because she felt like she was giving him all of this financially, but he was still connected or emotionally had some type of emotional tie to his first baby mama. Okay. And then there's she's mentally ill, because normally when it's in the family, it don't skip a beat. Okay. And we see how she was able to just shoot that girl like that without an emotion, and still posting, talking about laugh out loud. If God came down and said something, y'all wouldn't believe the truth. Laugh out loud. Bitch, you just killed somebody. How you gonna be making light of that? You just took your son's mother, your son's brother's mother from him. And you talking about laugh out loud, and you a mother too with no emotion? Okay. He said men only borrow from men. Right. Right. Okay. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. Because when a man get to talking about he ain't got no money, I ain't got no gas, I ain't got this, and they don't have issues, you start talking about the substance when because as women we look for protectors and providers. Okay. So you start talking about the substance of that man. Damn, well, you supposed to be dating with a purpose, but he looking and needing me to do something for him. He can't. He ain't no protector and no provider. I ain't got that in you. How could I ever feel safe? Okay. Y'all hit the like button if y'all haven't hit the like button, and hit the super thanks. Okay. My numbers are way down, so hit the super thanks. Okay. Because I don't be on here as much as I used to be. I be studying. Y'all, I've been enjoying. I had a philosophy test last night too. I'm so enjoying my classes, and I don't know. I think just being back in school this time with my daughters being grown and just being able to focus on my classwork, um, just knowing the direction that I'm going in. Okay. And I asked my mama because I never wanted to be a lawyer or anything like that, and I'm not going to practice law. But I asked my mama. I said, "Do you think I should go to law school?" I said because I like law. I like learning about law, and I just want to be an investigator with a law license. And my mama said this, and this is why I'm so dedicated. She said, before I leave this earth, I would like nothing more than for you to get your law license. She said, I believe I could just die peacefully. She said, just knowing that my baby is a lawyer. So I was like, dog, there's another investigator that I know that she does not practice law, but she went to law school and has a law licenses, and just knowing the law is good. And so that's the exact, she's a female white, and that's the exact same thing that I'm gonna do. So I ain't gonna be no defense attorneys or nothing like that, but I am just for, I guess, the credentials. I don't know. And for my mother. Chattown finally says, because I just love being an investigator. I do. I love that. Because that's more my style of how my personality is. I'm always looking into stuff, researching stuff, studying people. I like psychology too, because I like to study the mind of people. Like when people get to saying stuff and doing stuff, I like to dissect that. I size them up pretty quick. Oh, that's a damn fool for real. And they got this type of personality. That's why I can tell y'all what I am. I got a paranoid type spirit. It ain't nothing mean. I'm just real suspicious of everything until I'm not. Thank you, Miss Muffin. Anyways, y'all, I've been enjoying myself in school though. So that's why I don't get on here all the time. I've been trying to get back into also uploading my videos, going back into my members. Um, yeah. Maybe we'll go back. We'll go behind. I was supposed to do a members anyway. We'll go behind the wall, okay, and talk about some stuff. But I don't be knowing who behind the wall because folks be. Oh Lord, have mercy, Jesus! I don't be knowing who be in there, and which I don't give a damn, anyways. I know more people are like that. Chattown Founders got a paranoid type spirit. I do. I get to trying to figure out some stuff, and I know when people start doing stuff when they have that obsessive type personality, that's real scary to me. I want to know this about you, but I didn't invite you into my life. I didn't invite you into my life, so why are you digging, trying to find out something about me? So that makes me. I know now that you got an obsessive type personality, which is what most serial killers have. So I have to put you in that category. That's the reason why I be filing police reports on these motherfuckers, because I know it ain't normal. Okay. I tell you. Anyway, y'all, I wish I could drop the link for you all to start coming up. But it's an obsessive type person that's waiting on me to do that. She said she'd be asking if they are the feds. Let me see. Y'all know I haven't done this in a long time. So if you want to come up, you can come up. Okay. But we're talking about what the topics are. Okay. We're talking about what the topics are. Okay. So if you want to come up, we talk about the 3 topics, either one of the 3 topics, the food stamp shutdown, the Memphis task force, and Romika Meeks didn't stand a chance. Okay, so you can come up and talk about that. Not paranoid on my end, just cautious of people and my surroundings. That too. I mean, in this day and time, everybody has to be cautious of people and their surroundings. You just have to be. Okay, you just have to be. And y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me, okay? Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. I done seen and heard a lot. My 55 years on this earth. I know. Chattown fine as hey. I mean, you get to I don't know. My kids always say, my kids used to say, Mama, we feel like you did us wrong growing up because you work for them police departments. And I was very paranoid. I didn't let them spend the night at people's houses. It's just a lot of stuff that I didn't allow because I saw what was happening to children cannot be reported on TV. Okay. It's a lot of things that just because of privacy laws that they cannot put in the media. And so the fact of the matter is, every day when I went to work, at that time, sex crimes was at 201 Popular for the adults. The people would be lined up all outside of that hallway because of assaults that had happened. The Child Advocacy Center is where the investigators worked at for, I believe, the sexual crimes for children. I'll never forget. I be having so many stories. I think I mean, that's why I'm so paranoid. Like, I was sitting at work and I know that sex crimes was only open on Monday through Friday. I don't know if it's still like that, where the investigators were there, and if something happened, they would have to come in a lot of times to take statements. And I was sitting up there on the 11th floor in felony response. I was working on a Saturday, and I saw 2 young women come, and their hair was all over their head from around that area. And they had just given statement. They looked like they had been traumatized. I saw a boy, and when he walked from around there, he looked like he was about a teenager. They was waiting to get on the elevator. They looked traumatized. And so I was asking one of the investigators what had happened. And they said, well, the sex crime investigators had to come in because there was a situation that had happened in the Orange Mound area. And what happened was someone had broke in on Mama, and they was looking for the oldest, somebody else that lived there. But Mama was there, the teenage brother that was about 13, and his 2 teenage sisters. None of them were over 18. He assaults the 2 young sisters, okay, and then turn around and put a gun to the head of the 13-year-old boy who was traumatized. These were Black folks, and makes him have relations, penetration with his own mother and his sisters. That boy was traumatized, okay? He put a gun on him, okay? And so the mama said in the report that he got ready. She was so afraid that he was going to take her son out, when he was saying, you better F your mama. That's the reason why I don't give these bitches no slack, because I know what they're doing. I've seen too much. Okay. You better F your mama. She said she told him, son, do it, because she didn't want to see him blow her son's head out in front of her. So she told her son, just do it. Okay, just do what he say. So not only did he have to have sex with his mama, but he had to do it to his 2 sisters. They were traumatized. Okay, when I tell you these folks sick, that's one of the reasons why when I see they have obsessive type personalities on here, I don't want you in my personal life. So if I tell you you're not invited in my life like that, and you try to invite yourself in, I got to believe you're a predator. So I got to put the police on you. Okay. Because you could be one of them. It ain't normal, especially for men, for a men to want to intrude on a woman that say you ain't invited. Just fine, just fine. Says thanks for giving that insight about getting a law degree. I was considering going back to school to get a law degree, but I don't want to practice law. Yes, just fine. Do it. That'll be so awesome. I think that'll be so awesome for you. Just do it. Now that I've been learning about law and I work with lawyers every single day, we be getting mad, but it's best to know the law because it ain't about a matter of what's right and what's wrong. It is what's law. Is it law? And trust me, people think that people are violating me and can't nothing happen. I'm telling you, there's all kinds of laws out there. Get you a damn lawyer, a good lawyer. If you learn the law, because a lot of lawyers, they don't know all them laws. Okay. This law right here protects me from this and that. You show right. So this is what we're gonna do. This is what this say right here. You don't have to be violated and take it in silence, okay? Because I know a lot of times we think that laws work for the criminals. Well, they go get lawyers that know how to exonerate them from certain things, but laws work for victims too. A lot of victims don't go and get lawyers. They go straight to the police who don't know nothing about the damn law. Sometimes you have to get a lawyer to make the police do their job. The Black Barbie says, that will make you let that stick go on an ML pervert. I'm telling you, it'll make you make that stick go. That's why when I see that a person got a perverted spirit or stuff, I don't like men like that. Okay. I just don't when they have like outrageously, and when they sick, because every time they talk about a woman, they talking up under her clothes. Okay. That's not normal. A healthy minded man he ain't got to do it because he already getting plenty, okay, and he ain't lying and talking nobody and forcing nobody out this stuff either, okay. So yes indeed. Yeah, I had dropped the link. I guess nobody wanted to come up. I ain't dropped that link in about a year. Yeah, it's a lot of sick people out there. That's why I'm very cautious. I tell my daughter, you better not leave that baby with nobody other than close family. Close family. She wouldn't, but I would have a fit if she ever left, had to let a friend babysit. I don't want that happening with my grandbaby. She better not leave my damn grandbaby with no friend and talk about babysitting for no time. Period. I don't play that. Because I don't know what these folks got going on in their houses. Like I told her, I didn't do it with y'all, and you're not going to do it with her. Mm-hmm. Anyway, y'all. I guess nobody wants to come up on the panel, but I enjoy it. I've been on here 2 hours. It looks like it's gonna rain. I really wanted to. I broke my coffee pot, and I need that, but I don't think I'm gonna go nowhere. I'm just chill at home. I was trying to think because I be forgetting, and then when it get late, I don't want to have to get out when it's late. I'm trying to think if I have anything that I need to do today that's going to cause me to have to leave home. I don't think so. So, yeah, the No Limit. I ain't going nowhere today. No Limit and Cash Money. The verse is coming on. I can't wait. So I got to make sure. I'm trying to think what I'm gonna cook today. I think I'm gonna do taco cupcakes. Taco cups. I'm gonna do taco cups and and Juice. And I'm gonna look at the verses and Netflix. And tomorrow, I didn't go to church. I need to pay my tithes. My uncle be having church services on Saturdays. I be forgetting sometimes. I be forgetting a lot. But I be paying my tithes though. I pay my tithes to his church because he gives back to the community. And when I don't go to his church, I'll make it to my other church tomorrow, more than likely. Yeah. Anyway, y'all. Nobody wants to come up. I would love for somebody to come up. I ain't did this in so long as far as drop the link. I would love for someone to come up and join the show just for a minute. I'm team No Limit too. I'm rooting for No Limit. I don't know. I've just always been a really big Master P fan. I liked a lot of the stuff that the Cash Money guys put out. Cause I'm gonna tell y'all something. I still love that Lil Wayne, the fireman. It motivates me so bad, y'all. The fireman motivates me so bad. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can pull that up. I know y'all know about the fireman. It's just I'm old school though. Y'all can tell I'm old school because a lot of these young people probably don't even know who Lil Wayne is. Shit. Do we still put out music? Do Lil Wayne put out music? It's something about that beat. But now, as far No Limit is who I'm rooting for, though. I'm No Limit all day. I ain't gonna lie, them New Orleans beats be hidden as far as like with that band music and stuff. I was I was a majorette. My oldest daughter was a majorette, and she decided, Mama, I've been a majorette since I was in the second grade. I want to be a cheerleader. I was so brokenhearted when she got to the 11th grade and decided she wanted to be a cheerleader. I was like, why? Why would you ever want to be a cheerleader? My baby girl was a flag girl, so that was still with the band. So she still marched with the band. It's just something about that band music. Because even like when I walk, because I was a majorette for so long throughout school, when I walk, I have I step like I'm marching in the band. That's just how I walk. I walk kind of hard, like I'm walking in the band. It's just automatic. They say yes, Cash Money got hits as well, but I rock with No Limit more. Lil Wayne still. I haven't heard anything Lil Wayne put out in forever. Miss Muffin says, I just hope Wayne and Birdman remember that. I hope so too. They did y'all see like when Hilda told me to look at Birdman on this stage when he was up there with Young Boy talking about F them niggas, F them niggas. Birdman is about 60 years old. Hey, I like Birdman though, but good God Almighty, but Cash Money got some hits now. They got some hits like I love the Hot Boys. The Block is Hot. That was around the time that like, I was enjoying their music. Like they had that good music too. She said I don't like his new music though. I know what you mean. I was a letterette. You was a majorette. My baby girl was a flag girl. She was a flag girl child. That's what I'm talking about. Like stuff like that cost. And and they had to pay dues and stuff weekly. And I'll never forget, there used to be like this cash advance place on I told you I was making a little bit of money, okay, when I first started working for the police department as a clerk. And I didn't want to ask my dad because I used to write like my dad had started saying, especially when the girls got older, because I borrowed money, I was giving money for him so much. He's like, I'll loan it to you. I was like, okay, don't y'all know my dad never changed wallets? Like I would give him, that's when what was the name? Union Planners was still in business. Y'all know this been 20, 30 years ago. I would tell him, okay, Dad, don't cash it this week. Cash it the next week. Hold it. And he started holding on to them checks like he would fold them up real little. Child, he didn't get a chance to. I was post-dating checks to pay him back. Child, please. My dad was like, I was going through my wallet and look what I found. Like these checks that you had started writing to me, and you was post-dating because I was supposed to pay him back. Child, I would tell him, Dad, not this week, not this week. He forgot. And it was like 15 years later. I was like, well, Dad, they bad now. Union Planners gone out of business. But I remember there was this I had never did like a cash advance. So my daughter, her majorette dues was due, and I was like, dog, I don't want to call my dad. I had just gotten a new car, and I was like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. So I went and did a cash advance, and when I did it, I felt so weird. I called my dad. I was crying. I was like, Dad, you don't believe what I just did. He was like, what? And I was crying. I said, I had to do a cash advance because Nunu, her majorette dues is due. And so my dad said, why would you do something like that? You know, those places are like designed for you to never be able to pay them back and to get all that interest. And I said, well, you know, I've asked you for too much. And he was like, don't you ever do that again. Before you ever do that, I'll just make sure I pay her majorette dues every week. I was like, Lord, I sure thank you for that. He's like, when you get your check, you go pay that off. Don't you ever go get another check advance. That was my first and last time doing it. My dad was so upset. So my dad just paid her majorette dues. But like when they had to get new uniforms and stuff. And so I made sure, I always wanted to keep them into something, the key club, the this, the that, the that. I'm telling y'all, those fees were out of this, it seemed like to me then, you know, being a single mother and stuff. I remember doing a cash advance once in the 90s. I had to write 3 checks just to get $100. I think when I went up there and wrote that cash advance, it was probably like for $100 because her dues was like $55 a week because, you know, they practice. And so the majorette guy, it was a man at the time. Unfortunately, rest in peace to him. He passed away of the package. Okay. And he was a very nice guy. I hated that. He was really good with them. And that's when she was in elementary school, going to Whitehaven Elementary School. But yeah, I think about that. He was a cool guy. And she was so happy. I remember when she tried out in the 2nd grade, and she was so offbeat. I was peeping through the window because I was one of those fanatical mothers. I was peeking through the window of the cafeteria when they was trying out because it was like all the mothers, and she was so offbeat, but she had so much energy. Okay, you should have seen. I told her, I was like, you have a lot of energy. I mean, he was like, she was offbeat. He said, but he told me, but a little girl with that much energy, he said, I could not turn her down because I kept calling the office. They was like, everybody that made the SWAT, you'll know at this certain time at the office. I kept calling, have he given the list? There's like, Miss Thompson, no. You will know when your daughter get out of school if she made it. But I was calling I was calling constantly every hour. Did my baby make the list? Have you given y'all the list? Did my baby make the list? Because if my baby had not made the majorette SWAT, I was going to have a conversation with him. She was doing, she wasn't doing it for herself. She was doing it for me. I wanted her to do it for me. And I remember her first performance was in the cafeteria at Whitehaven Elementary School. My grandmother was still alive. Me, my mom, and my grandmother and my sister went up there, and I was screaming so loud, and my baby nailed it. She nailed it. You could see her counting with her mouth, counting a little bit, 1, 2, 3, 4, but she nailed it. Oh my God, she nailed it. And then at the last beat of the drum, she was the last one at the end. She turned around and led them back out of the cafeteria. I wish I had taken my camera. She was the best majorette on the second grade squad. I'm gonna just tell y'all that right now. She was the best. She nailed it. I remember the first time my shy baby, that's my second baby, when she made the flag team, when she made the flag team, she was a flag girl. She was in the parade, the Whitehaven parade. I was screaming my head off seeing my baby wear that flag come down through there with that band. And they was looking at me at Whitehaven. I don't give a damn. Okay, I had to I got that on camera. My girls have always been overachievers. They're just the best. He says look, my auntie, she passed away now. When I was calling up to the school, my auntie said, I know they hate you. She said, I know they hate you. But yeah, I can't wait for that cash money no limit thing tonight. I remember at my daughter's high school graduation, my youngest daughter, her dad are probably in here, and he always be in here. I don't care. He can't whoop my ass. I get to thinking about what her dad called me. He was like, Tamara, I just want to say to you, I'm sorry for all the things I did. I made her casualty because I was trying to get at you to make you act right, and you never did. So he was throwing a dig at me, okay? But you never did act right, and all these years you never act right, and so I should have just abandoned that and just did right by my daughter. So I was like, okay, so now this MF throwing a dig at me. And he was like, I just want to say, I saw her walking across that stage. You did a good job. She the most polite. She's so polite. She's so well-mannered. And she's just a good girl. She's so responsible. And I just want to thank you for how you raised her. And I felt like, I don't know, is that an insult? Because it took me, my mama, my grandmother, and I had the help of my granddad and my dad helping me to raise them girls, and especially financially, because I would have struggled. You know what I mean? I was broke, but I didn't struggle, okay, because I had them. And for him to say that after she graduates, and that was his daughter too, so I don't know how I felt about that. Bitch, you wait until I do all the work and then you thank me, and now you file the other year, because when she gets sick and have to go to the hospital because she suffers with something, I'm not gonna say what it is, and she always did, because when she came home, she had the heart monitor on. Her heart rate would drop, and so even when I had her, she had to stay at the hospital 3 weeks after I gave birth to her. And so she wore a heart monitor, but God fixed that, because they said she would wear that heart monitor for the rest of her life. My baby came up out of that heart monitor and never had an episode after that. Okay. But she is, she does have another situation going on, but each and every time, her dad, she have to go to the hospital, her dad will be out there with her all night. So I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Yeah, so I guess I can forgive them. I can forgive both of them, I guess. I can forgive them both. Because you get to think about, sometimes these guys be out in the street and stuff. It ain't even good for their kids to be around them. It's not. Because my youngest daughter's dad is from over there off of Steel Street. That's North Memphis or Fraser. The other one from Binghamton. And they had things going on in the street that my kids didn't need to be around them, more than likely. So everything, I guess, always work out the way that it should work out. Okay, it works out like that. They're mature now, and I never talk bad about them. You're right, Johnny come lately. I made sure. I wish women wouldn't do this though. When the daddies are not acting right, they bad about saying your own daddy don't care about you. He don't love you. I never told my girls that because I had to validate my girls. I think it affects girls if they feel like their own daddy don't love them. They seek love from no good guys. So I think it's important to make sure you validate your kids because oftentimes they do love them. They just stupid. You know what I mean? Like with my kids' dads, they had issues with me, and I wasn't perfect because I was spoiled and thought I could talk to people in a kind of way and say what I wanted to say. And I felt like with men, they shouldn't be so sensitive, but you just can't talk to folks in a kind of way. But that's what I did. Okay. Oftentimes. And so I guess as a result, it was a lot of shit they did though. They made me do it. I don't just be wanting to talk crazy to folks. They made me do it. Damn them. Okay. I ain't going to talk about that because see, I'm not going to blame myself for what they did. I ain't even going there. I'm through with that. Anyways, y'all. I dropped the link. Nobody came up. Nobody came up, child. Got it. I know you in the bushes. How come you didn't click the link and come up? God didn't know he the biggest fan of this show. Yo, got it. Why you didn't click the link and come up here? We know you're the biggest fan. Oh shit. Y'all, I got me y'all know I love. Somebody said they like shopping at JC Penney's. And Kohl's is the best kept secret. I love JC Penney's and Kohl's. I love getting my bras and stuff from JC Penney's, and I'm gonna tell y'all another place I be getting my bras from. That's the best kept secret, Burlington. I got my grandbaby stuff from Burlington, her Christmas stuff. I finished getting all her stuff yesterday, and I got me some more damn bras. And they good bras. They makes them things sit straight up, okay, like rockets. I'm losing weight though, so I had to go down. Well, I'm still a 36D, but I'm a 36D. That's what I always been. But I had gone up to a 38D because I had gained all that weight, but I'm losing that weight. That medicine got that weight coming off of a sister child. And I'm back in my 36Ds. Things sitting up again like rockets. Y'all think I'm crazy, don't it? The Black Barber says, I was always in FK Amiga mode because my children would not have because I would not be with them. My sister and I all stuck together and made sure that all the children, and that's a good thing because I had my sister too, my youngest sister. I had my youngest sister, and that's one of the reasons why, and I'm not ashamed to say it, like when I would start going to school, a lot of times I would have to, I would start going, I would get over stressed out because my kids, were still little and stuff, and I was working, and then I would start feeling guilty about being, because I would have to go to school either in the daytime or at night, being away from them all day. So I would start, and then when I started again when they were teenagers, I was like, I'm working in the daytime, I'm going at night. Now they're teenagers. These are pivotal times, pivotal moments. I definitely don't need to be away from them all day being teenagers. So I would have to stop again. And so I actually messed up. Like, I actually messed up. Thank God, though, as far as like the Pell Grants and stuff. And I probably could appeal, but I didn't. What ended up happening was, at first, with my job, they would do tuition reimbursement. But y'all know I took grant writing classes, so I know how to write grants. I know how to find them and I know how to write them. And so I was like, I know there are some grants out there for school, for college. And so what I did was I started doing some research, And I had paid my tuition, okay? And I was like, I'm just gonna let my job reimburse me at because you have to make a C or above. But then I was like, I know there are some scholarships out there. I know that there are some grants out there that people don't know about because you have different organizations that'll pay for your schooling. And I actually found some, and I ended up was able to write it, get it in. They paid, and I was able to get my money back before the end of the semester. And but with some of the grants, they'll pay for your tuition, won't necessarily pay for school. I mean, pay for school, pay your tuition, but won't necessarily pay for books. But which is fine because there are grants out there that pay for your books and stuff. But the books and stuff are so cheap. Like you can rent books online now for like $25. I was like, I ain't gonna write no damn grant to rent no book for a semester for no damn $25. I just pay the $25 rather than sit up and because when you write grants, you really have to be focused. You have to make sure you put in the right things. I took all the grant writing classes. Gonna take some more, okay? After I get like most of my the classes out of the way. I'm just determined to graduate early and to keep my GPA. I want to keep it at a 4.0. So when I made that 80 on my test the other day, I cried because I was like, dog, I studied my butt off and I make a C. But anyways, it's been better because my philosophy exam, I did. I mean, I didn't do what I wanted to do, but I did make a 90. So it's still not 100. But I'm gonna get to a point where I don't miss nothing. Like I don't want to miss nothing. I want to make 100% every time I do a test and an exam and a quiz, because I want to keep my GPA up so I can always apply for those. I've identified where the grants are at, where they located at, and I'm gonna get them and pay for my school. M. Max says, so when your child's father acknowledges that his child is a great human being because of you, and in spite of him, is absolutely a confession to both God and you. Yeah. I think that he has felt a lot of guilt, because I'm gonna just say this, even though he was in the street, that's one from out of North Memphis. He did things in the street. He would always work. I think I don't know. I think it was just because I was sitting looking at him at the hospital. Believe it or not, the last time our daughter was in the hospital, which was probably when she had that surgery, a month ago, about a month or so ago. I was sitting looking at him. I was looking at his demeanor and stuff. He was always a clean dude. Okay. I was sitting looking at his demeanor, how he when he talked to me, he dropped his eyes in his head and stuff. I think he's got a lot of guilt, maybe, because he was always a good father, because he had 2 other kids when I met him. We were young. That was a red flag right there. Okay. But he was always a good father. But I think he feels guilty because he was supposed to be a good father to our daughter too, but he didn't do it because he couldn't control me, right? And he actually, as long as he has made it right with his daughter, because he's talked to our daughter about it, and because my baby was like, Mom, why my daddy keeps saying apologizing to me and for doing this, and that. She was like, I didn't know he did that. And I had to tell him, like, the stuff that you did, I didn't tell her that you did it. So, what you're doing is you telling her stuff that she didn't know, because I'm not going to tell her that stuff. But maybe it was just for him, regretting not being in her life like he should. And then there was no reason for it. He was mad at me. Hell, I ain't do nothing to him. He was the one cheating, and I cheated back on him. And he couldn't, I guess he couldn't take it, but he wanted me to take it. Okay. So I don't know what to say about that. Anyways, child, I just cheated back with one person. I think he had multiple women, but he couldn't take that. Child, it was so weird. He couldn't even take it. Poor guy. Poor me. I was devastated when he did it to me. But I'm happy, like, even with my oldest daughter's dad, he's had some issues. he's had some issues in his older years. He's older than me. He's about 8 years older than me. And I'm so happy that my daughter is around to be there for him. That's what I say about that. Like, I think he was having it so bad one time. She called me and she was like, "Mama, my daddy called me and he was like, you think you could go buy me some cold cuts?" And she said, "What should I do?" I said, "If your daddy calls you and says that he's hungry, then what you need to do is if you got it, you need to help him." So she went to the store and got him some cereal and some cold cuts, and he was down bad at that point. At that point in time, I even told her, I said, I'll give you your money back, some of your money back, and so when I did, and she was like, when I just went and bought him some more stuff. I just went and bought him some more food, because if somebody says to you they're hungry, I'm over all that stuff. He had to have been down bad. He really did. He had to have been in a dark place, and I think he harbors a lot of guilt too, because he did the same thing. I don't know why these men try to act like I'm so bad. He talked about how he wanted to teach me a lesson because of how bad my mouth was. My mouth wasn't bad, y'all. I don't understand. That's not a reason for you to be turning your back on your children. I just think I didn't play their game. I don't know what it was, but I just wasn't used to that type of stuff. Whatever they thought I was gonna do, I didn't have to do it. So but I think he's doing good. He's doing better now, and he calls her all of the time. All the time. I'm happy she was able to be there for him. I'm glad she was able to be there for him. It's amazing how life changes. Like you got dudes that went from having a lot of women, I guess because of all the money that they had at one time in their life, because they were out there in the street. They kept a lot of money. So they kept a lot of women, to not being there for your daughters, to now those being the only ones. Well, my oldest daughter being the only one that is really there for you, and I wouldn't have no other way. I'm glad, and that was able to happen because I did not talk bad about their daddies in their face. Now, I talk bad about them bitches. I just didn't let my kids hear me talk bad about their fathers. They didn't need to hear that. And I think that's where people go wrong at. They bring kids into grown folks stuff. I don't think that's a good idea to do, to influence your children, Anyway, y'all. That's enough of me talking about my business. Y'all, folks be sitting on here listening to me. And I talk about this because I'm a real person. Like, we all go through the same stuff. And you have people sitting in the background, "Ooh, that's some more dirt on her." Fuck you. Okay, a lot of these folks be doing worse. I got me a husband, bitch, he cheats, probably. So you miserable. So anytime you get on here and try to be judgmental, that means you ain't got no life anyways. If I'm being transparent, because I know we all can relate to each other. We all go through the same things, just at different times. I ain't no better than nobody else. We all human. Okay, we're all human. I can sit on here and say, I ain't perfect. I've always been very smart, Alecky. I just learned being an adult that I can't just talk to men in a kind of way. Because see, with the way that I was raised that men didn't let stuff hurt their feelings. They was made of iron and steel. So I did. I thought I could say whatever I want to say to him, and it was supposed to bounce off of him. I promise to God on my daddy's grave, I'm just learning being an adult that men really do got feelings. They're sensitive too, and they don't want you saying anything to them. As a woman, I thought I could do that because I was raised where what the men in our family, they let the women have their way. So I just learned that. That's the reason I can say, well, I see I was a part of the problem. I can't just talk to nobody and say anything I want to say to a man and expect for it to bounce off of him. But that's a lot of what I did. And it wasn't right. It wasn't right. Okay. So that's why as I've got, and it took being in my 40s, like now my stance is, that's why I go, you that sensitive? Like you're that sensitive, baby. You can't just say that to me. Yes, I felt a way. And I used to believe that a man was trying to be manipulative to me when he said that I said something that hurt his feelings. I go, oh, okay, he trying to manipulate me. That's what he doing because he ain't got no feelings. And that's actually what I thought. So now I'm starting to, that's why you can never be too old to learn. I'm taking a different stance on stuff. That's true, M. Mac. You never know who you're in a relationship with until you break up. Okay. And y'all saw how that a situation with me played out on here, child. And I ain't even do nothing to that dude, but just it. I ain't even do nothing to him, but it ain't even worth talking about because I done been moved on from that. But you're right. Until you break up, that's the truth. Mm-hmm. Cypress, what's up? What's been going on, Cypress? How come I don't see you in my live as much anymore? So are you acting funny with me? Because I don't be seeing Cypress, you don't be coming into my live as much. You be sending me messages on Facebook, but I don't be seeing you in my live. Are you acting funny with me? Because Cypress used to always be in my live. He used to always joke and have fun. We used to go back and forwards about CMG and PRE and all of that stuff. And we don't even do that no more. A lot of folks think I don't be getting mad at Cypress. I mean, people have a right to have whatever stance. I mean, I ain't studying no Yo Gotti. He ain't the best rapper to me. He's a sucker. That's my stance, but I ain't mad at Cypress because he don't have that stance. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button and support the channel. I have a super thing going so you can support the channel. A super thing, a super chat, super thing. Oh, this is nice. I want to have my grandbaby at a Halloween party, but I ain't gonna do it. Because it'd be one thing for the kids, but you have to worry about the damn parents being crazy. Because folks want to drop their kids off and never come back and get them ever again. I'd be scared of that. Nathia says, I hear you, Tamara. I don't want no self-feelings ass man. I talk rough with my husband, but that's how my family is. Listen, I'm so smart, alecky. I don't be meaning no harm either. That's the reason why I say it takes a man that gets me. Like if I have a smart alecky nature, like that's just how. And why you say that? No, that's just how she is, and you know. That's just how she is. His feelings ain't hurt. He don't be studying me. Cause that's what the men in my family did. Like with us women, we always talk shit and stuff with us girls, and they just didn't pay us no attention. They ain't studying about what you talking about and just walk on out. Now these men be wanting to fight. Some of them. Yeah, what's up? Pull up on me. Let's fight. I ain't fighting you, Negro. I might do something else to you, but I ain't gonna fight you. I wouldn't dare put myself in a position to fight a man. I'm not gonna do it, not unless he was trying to attack me. And then I'm gonna get to my peacemaker. Because that's really a threat to my person. I ain't get ready to be fighting no man. I don't want to be in the house with no man that's calling me bitches and hoes and stuff like. I don't even like men like that. Even if they do it to other women. To me it's something wrong. I just don't like that. A man got daughters and stuff like that. I just don't I don't I don't deal with men like that. And so I'm not gonna be calling no man that I'm with bitches and hoes either. I'm not gonna do it because I mean that means the respect is gone. What's up, Cypress?
What's going on?
What's the word? So what you think about where? Let me ask you something. Ain't Nutbush over there in North Memphis?
Yep.
So I didn't know. So has it always been like that? I didn't think that it was a whole lot of Hispanics over there. I know it was a lot of white people, but I didn't think it was a lot of Hispanics.
You know, the Mexicans pretty much took over after. So.
Okay. So what exit is Nutbush out?
I want to say 8. No, not 8. That's Raleigh. I think 6.
So it's before you get to Austin P?
Oh yeah.
So it's off of Jackson?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
it's down there, it runs all the way till you get around by the National Cemetery.
Oh, okay.
So my uncle bet right where you get to the What been going on?
Oh, nothing much. Just I've been working and going to school and stuff. I'm trying to keep up on my vlog so I can keep my people entertained and we can still have fun and stuff.
Yeah, I see you been posting your grades and stuff.
Yeah, I've been posting my grades because I've been studying my butt off. I'm so dedicated, but I've been hurt. Like I made that C. I studied the night before, and before I took that test, I was like, just let me go back over everything. I guess I was just too overconfident. And so when I did that test, and then when I got that notification, I was like, I know I made an A on this test. And when I saw that 80, I cried. Like I really did. I cried because I was not expecting an 80. I thought I was going to get 100.
How long was you passing this other man?
Yeah, but I don't want no 80.
What's up, everybody in the comments? What's y'all got going on these good Saturday?
Sinathia says we all check on each other and laugh at each other. We all have things about ourselves that we can work. Right. We all have things that we can work on. Yeah, we do. We do. I guess my paranoid spirit is one of those things that I guess I can work on because I get so scared now that because I've been so open and loving and welcoming, I see now how people will turn on you. So it really makes me more so I'm really paranoid now about everybody.
How you be so paranoid? You don't do no hood shit, street shit. You just paranoid.
Well, I mean, no, I ain't never been in the streets or nothing like
that. How do that work?
I mean, you have to be paranoid. You don't even have to be in the streets for people to do stuff to you. And they don't have to be in the streets either.
I'm just saying, like, I never heard nobody say, like, how do you I understand it because the time we live in, but like how
Right.
be paranoid and like I don't know.
I mean, you don't never know what people thinking. You don't never know what folks might do. Folks be looking at people, they think they got more than what they got. They look at folks as a lick. You don't ever know why people are trying to get close to you. You don't ever know what a person is thinking when you just meet them randomly, like in the store. You don't never know that you have to be paranoid. You ain't got to do no street stuff to be paranoid.
No, you don't. But I'm just saying though, like, I just never understood it. I'm glad you broke it down because I never understood.
I mean, because I ain't never sold no drugs. Okay, I got a good government job, so I don't. And I've always worked with the government, so I don't sell no drugs. I smoke no weed. I don't do none of that. I ain't no thief. Nothing.
That's good. That's a blessing. Amen.
But I still have a paranoid spirit because you don't ever know what another person is thinking.
Well,
You don't know, like people would try to get close to you just so that they can cut you in your back. That alone, on any level, keeps anybody paranoid, from the street dudes to the swear dudes.
Yeah, like I be paranoid. I think about shit that I did, then I think about.
You done been in Cypress. So you tell me you done been in the street. I never knew you was a street person.
I hung around all my life, around my uncles and my daddy, niggas like that.
So you hung around, but would you say that? So would you say that you was ever like in the street, like hardcore in the street?
No, because there were certain things that I wouldn't do.
Right.
I mean, but I did some shit, but like I grew up where I grew up, certain shit you just don't do. Like, that's what I come up under. Like I had people around me, like my uncle them that do some shit, but like I come under a structure where it's just certain shit you just, I ain't rocking with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? It levels to certain some of this shit. Nowadays, people ain't got no heart, don't care about nothing.
I had to go to the Ridge Crest twice last week.
I hope you pray.
It wasn't nobody out there though.
Yeah, I know, because the feds can't clear everybody the fuck out. I've been watching.
And it's like the act of God to get in through that gate.
Yeah, the feds ain't playing that part, been over there like 3-4 days straight, walking around. On foot, and now you can't pay a nigga to be outside. And that's what I don't like about this whole situation. Like, they run around messing with all these hard-working people while all the niggas keeping about the fuss in the house, playing the PlayStation and the Xbox and shit.
Yeah. That's the reason why the kids ain't got no damn food. They eating up all the groceries. They done ate up all the damn kids' cereal because they won't come out. I bet you they ain't stealing cars like that no more either because they can't ride around in them.
Yeah, no, them folks stopping everything. They said they were pulling people tags off and making people. I'm like, man, okay.
Why was they pulling them out? You talking about the police?
Yeah, they were like, the people that don't have no insurance, they were putting their tags off.
Oh wow!
Everybody will complain.
They take their tags with them if they ain't got no insurance.
Yeah, that way a couple people said that they seen a couple people get their tag took off and they ain't have no car insurance. Oh, that's true. You ride around in the M, you might want to be legit or catch the matter bus. I don't know, man. Have some good walking shoes around there, motherfucker. I don't know. A couple people said, man, they seen people get their tags took off and they had to walk. They ain't had no car insurance. And them folks still got a ticket. They did. Couple people.
Well, they definitely not playing, and they do stay around that when they're on the expressway, they stay right around that Jackson exit, that Jackson and that Austin P.
Because they got a target. They're trying to get the
And Hollywood, the Jackson and Hollywood exit more so.
Well, I ain't gonna toot my mouth with them niggas on Hollywood unless they go on the red grip, but they stand around in Austin P area, they Jackson, because they trying to get rid of all them essays. They don't want them down. But they done bought up so much, so much it's gonna be kind of hard. I don't know. And they targeting them essays. Ain't nothing down there but the essays.
A lot of people don't want to admit it. The essays work real hard, but them essays bring a lot of weight up in here.
Yeah.
Because they got access to it.
But yeah, for dirt cheap.
Mm-hmm.
But
Miss Muffin said that's why she been seeing people without tags. But that's low down. If a person is trying to get their life right, they working and stuff, they trying to go back and forth to work. How you gonna just take their tags like that? So I guess that's how they saying they're identifying people.
Yeah.
I mean, because what difference do it make if you ain't got? Is one thing if you don't have a license. It's another thing. Insurance. I mean, that's something that when they pull them folks over, they can call and get on the phone with the insurance company and get insurance within 15 minutes.
Man, I don't want to pay for that. They don't want to pay for it.
A lot of people can't afford it.
No. But they can run the tags and find out that they got that shit or not. I believe now the way they got technology.
Well, they can. They could run your tag and tell if you got insurance, but they still being low down because if you don't have a card, they're gonna take it.
Yeah. So they're gonna make you walk either way it goes.
He said, damn, taking folks tag, about to take EBT, damn, what's next? That's messed up.
They're gonna be trying to extradite us next after they get through with the essay.
Well, they definitely targeting because like these auto theft rings are federal now. They made that federal. I know they're targeting auto theft rings and they targeting all the drug houses. So it's gonna affect all the communities that's out doing. I mean, it seems like to me legal stuff too, because you pulling folks over for nothing. Insurance they used to give you a ticket, and you better had it by the time you went. Right, that's what they used to do. Now they're taking your tags. To me, that's an oxymoron.
I'm gonna pull back up in a few minutes.
Okay. I tell you, it forces you to either get a tow or get car impounded. Lord have mercy. That's messed up. They used to only do that if you didn't have licenses and you couldn't get somebody to come and drive your car. So that's messed up, y'all. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here because I need to get myself ready. I think I'm gonna put my I'm gonna do my cowboy corn dip. That's what I'm gonna do. Cowboy corn. I'm gonna smoke it though, so that I can get ready. Y'all, what time does the verses come on tonight? Is it 7? So I can have myself ready to look at the verses and all of that. I'm gonna take these damn dogs out, take them over to the doggy park for a little while so they can play and use the restroom and all of that so that they can be good and tired. That's what I do now. I just kind of take them over to the doggy park. And it's not so bad. It ain't so bad. It's not that cold. So I'm gonna walk them over there to the doggy park. And anyways, you guys, make sure you guys please like, share, subscribe. This is Miss T. You see where this dude went to Mexico and the cartels kidnapped him and his friend and beat them and told them to thank Trump for messing up the drugs. And oh my God, no. I'm gonna have to look at that, right? I recommend getting everyone get a passport sooner than later. Right, get a passport too. I'm gonna look that up, Miss Muffin. I'm gonna look that up, and I'll probably do a story on that. I've been looking at some more stories that I want to do too. But I definitely been. It's coming on at 8 at Eastern time. So 8 Eastern time is what time on Central time? So is Eastern time up ahead of Central time? So would that be 7 o'clock Central time? 8 Eastern Standard Time is that 7 o'clock? Is that 7 o'clock Central Time? Because I'm on the Central Time zone. It's 7 o'clock. Okay, so it comes on at 7. It's 12 o'clock now. I need to take the dogs to the doggy park and then come back and smoke my Mexican corn and my cowboy corn and chill. Y'all, maybe we can get on live tonight. What y'all think? If Hilda don't come on, I'll get on live tonight and we'll talk about this, or we'll watch it if we can, and we'll watch it. How about that? Anyways, you guys, I love you all. I appreciate the support and all the support that you all give to this channel. Everybody that is stuck with me and support me in real life, I appreciate it so much. You don't judge me. You get on here just to, chill out, have fun, to talk about what's going on in the news. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Joy Loves God. You do too. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, you can hit up the Cash App or the Super Thanks. I love you all. I'll talk with you later.